Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you some more Bombastic StarLeague. This is the round of 4, and we have Gypsy going up against Dewalt in game number 3. Gypsy right now losing the first 2 maps, so definitely must win here. Now, our third map in this best of 5 is going to be Ascension, so a little bit of a tough one for Gypsy. Not entirely sure he's going to be able to start that comeback, but this is where it's going to happen. All right, so over here in the bottom left, we have Dewalt, of course, leading 2-0. And in the bottom right, we have Gypsy. All right. So, I mean, so far, I think that Gypsy had some opportunities. It seems like that last game, he simply didn't realize that it was carriers. There were hints where he scanned and stuff, but Dewalt kind of hid the other 2 gates. Like I think I mentioned, occasionally you will see things like air upgrades just get started for Protoss, and then they won't go. If it gets scanned, they won't go into carrier. Instead, they'll go into arbiter and things like that. So I think just some small mistakes coming out of Gypsy there. And then, of course, game 1 was a bit rough. You know, the speed shuttles flying in, really setting Gypsy behind. He was never quite able to fight back. So kind of a tough series for him so far. I think he's still playing pretty well, so I'm hoping he can pull one out here against Dewalt so that we can go to a game number 4. But, of course, Dewalt, such a strong player overall. Again, my vote for the best overall in the Foreigner scene right now. This guy works really hard. He's on top of the meta and just has great skills in every aspect. All right, so nice little SimCity that we're seeing here out of Gypsy. We'll see what opener he wants to go for. Like, he could end up going for a gasless expand on this map. It is a little bit tough to do Marine SCV here against the Nexus First play. Of course, we see it's not Nexus First. But with that SCV leaving, it does look like it's going to be like a 15 command center. We'll see if he goes for the double depot opener or the single. Both are pretty popular. The double depot just recently getting more popularized in Terran vs. Protoss. And then over on Dewalt's side, it looks like it's just a Zealot expand. So actually, this looks... I like this for Dewalt. Making the 1 Zealot and sending out... If the Zealot goes to Gypsy's base first, and I guess we'll see based on whether he sends the probe out or not, or how that's going to go down. But if you do send your Zealot to the gasless expand first, I feel like you have a pretty big advantage when these 2 builds line up. It's just very annoying to deal with that first Zealot when you're so light on units. And like, if you look at this SimCity, for instance, it's not very protective against that Zealot. So here goes the first Zealot. And yeah, just 1 Marine out here. This is going to be a little bit tricky. He's going to have to pull, like, normally you'll pull like 3 SCVs, but honestly here he might even want to pull more than that. This is going to be a little bit rough. He's really got to micro perfectly here. You do not want to be losing losing too much. Okay, here comes the Zealot. Gypsy's going to have to pull back immediately. I'm sure he's shaking his head right now. Okay, he actually has 3 Marines already. So that's pretty good. Okay, here comes some SCVs to help out. Ooh, great micro there from Gypsy at the beginning. Dodging pretty darn well. Damn, really nice micro. And will push this back. I'm actually a little surprised Dewalt didn't bring the probe too. I thought for sure he was going to commit both. But Gypsy actually holds that a lot cleaner than I thought he would. Now, a proxy pylon goes up. There is an SCV, like, running around the base, so maybe he just wants to proxy something like a robo here, just so the SCV doesn't get the scout. We see no range being made, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling here from Dewalt. I mean, not a terrible play. I think it's always, like, Reaver is basically never a bad move. Yeah, there it is. So it does look like that's going to be the case. I mean, just the fact that the range upgrade hasn't been started yet while Gypsy's SCV is still in there has to look a little bit suspicious to him. He knows that Dewalt had the money for it, so he has to know that there is something else going on here. The one nice thing, I guess, is that there's obviously no ranged goons coming, so you don't have to spend any money on siege or anything like that. And honestly, when your opponent is kind of being sneaky like this, you just get an engineering bay no matter what. So, I mean, he'll have the right types of counters. We'll just see if he puts turrets in those correct locations. Now, the first goon does come up and just hits the barracks. Obviously, like I mentioned, no range, so he can't really put any damage onto that bunker. Oh, Academy coming up. Okay, this is a kind of aggressive build coming out of Gypsy. I'm actually a little bit surprised about that because there was no range upgrade. Armory as well. And here's the thing. This is a good opener. Like, if you go for this quick of a command center, and this is basically the quickest command center that you can get in Terran versus Protoss. But if you go for something this quick, following it up with 2 factory, Academy, and Armory is really, really strong. Because you have the economy that can deal with that. You know, you had to skip some SCVs for the comsats, but that's okay because you have so many because your command center came up so quickly. But in this, you know, it's just the Academy is worse against anything cheesy aggressive, right? Like very quick Reaver drop like we're going to see, or quick DTs, right? You might not have enough scans to actually stay alive. So I am a little bit nervous for him right now. I feel like Dewalt is going to have an opportunity to get some damage here. Well, we're going to see about that. He is researching. We don't have that armory spinning as of yet. Definitely wants to get that going. Reaver should be popping out very, very soon. And I wonder if that's siege mode. I think it probably is. I'm not sure what else it would be. Like, if it's Goliath range, that's the coolest thing ever, basically. And it might be. There is a possibility. I've seen Goliath range first builds occasionally in situations like these, but he hasn't seen the Robo yet. All right, here comes that first shuttle. Goliath pops out. That's really good that he has a Goliath. Okay, he actually was attacking the eggs. So that's a little bit painful. The Scarab going after the Goliath. Oh, it's going to... Ooh, it does glitch. So really nice. Trying to target down on that Reaver right now. 2 dudded Scarabs. All right, Gypsy having a good time so far. Sieging and unsieging left and right here. Just trying to defend. Oh my god, the Reaver just not getting anything done. The Zealot's actually doing way more damage than the Reaver is. And of course, that upgrade, as we saw, was siege mode, but more Goliaths popping out. And you know what? He blocks it so well. Let's see if we get a good Scarab from him. No, that was only like 1. Oh my god, I gotta say, this was basically the best hold you're ever gonna see in this type of situation. Fantastically done by Gypsy. I love the timing of the Goliath. That was like super clutch without any anti-air there. It's gonna be hell on earth. So very well done. And look at that. Just starts his third command center in front of the bunker. That is a very in-your-face. We are going to a macro game type of move from Gypsy. Throws that down. The Dragoon's going to harass a little bit. Oh, and he cancels. Ah, that's so annoying. Builds it to the side. But you know what? Like, he made the decision really quickly, so it costs 100 minerals, and it costs just, like, a little bit of time. So it's really not the end of the world. But you hate to see it, right? Like, you make such a manly move and then have to take it back right away. Like, oh, sorry. Never mind. I'll build this in a more safe location. But it looks like Gypsy now completely safe everywhere, going for more upgrades. Oh my god, he's just charging in against a bunker and siege mode, but 4 Goliaths in the back here. Uh-oh. This is a bit problematic. Where are the siege tanks? Here comes another siege tank. Was Gypsy being a little bit too greedy? Not enough siege tanks here? Definitely out of position, at least. Oh, no, the Reaver's coming in as well. Dewalt with some killer instinct going after this, and GG is called, and Dewalt goes on to the finals 3-0.